You tell yourself you'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week quietly turns into next month. Then one day you look around and wonder how everyone else seems to be moving forward while you're standing in the exact same place. It feels like laziness. That's what you've been calling it. But what if you've been blaming the wrong person this entire time? What if the real problem isn't your motivation, but a trick your own brain has been playing on you without you even noticing? Imagine your brain as a bodyguard whose only job is to keep you safe. It doesn't care about your dreams, your business idea, your fitness goals, or the book you've always wanted to write. It cares about one thing: survival. Every time you try something unfamiliar, your brain quietly whispers, "This could be dangerous." Not because it actually is, but because uncertainty has always been treated like a potential threat. So instead of pushing you forward, your brain gently nudges you back toward whatever feels familiar, even if that familiar place is making you miserable. Think about the last time you opened your laptop to work. Before you even started, your hand somehow ended up scrolling social media. One short video became 20. An hour disappeared without permission. It feels like a lack of discipline, but your brain simply chose the easiest reward available. Why wrestle with something difficult when a tiny burst of entertainment is only one tap away? Your brain isn't asking what's important tomorrow. It's asking what feels good right now. Here's the strange part. The more often you avoid something difficult, the stronger that habit becomes. Every delay teaches your brain a dangerous lesson. Avoiding discomfort works. It remembers that feeling. The next challenge arrives, and before you've even made a conscious decision, your brain repeats the same pattern. That's why procrastination starts feeling automatic. It's no longer a choice, it's a well-practiced shortcut. But here's something fascinating. Your brain doesn't actually hate hard work. It hates uncertainty. Notice how athletes train for hours, gamers spend entire weekends mastering impossible levels, and musicians repeat the same song hundreds of times. That's because their brains know what success looks like. The path feels predictable, uncertainty is exhausting, clarity is energizing. Now imagine standing at the bottom of a 1,000-step staircase. Looking at the top feels overwhelming, so you never move. But what if someone covered every step except the next one? Suddenly, the climb doesn't feel impossible anymore. Your brain relaxes because it only has to solve one small problem. Progress doesn't require seeing the entire journey. It only requires taking the next visible step. This is why people who seem incredibly disciplined often aren't relying on motivation at all. They've simply made starting so easy that their brains stop arguing. Instead of saying, "I'm going to study for 3 hours," they say, "I'll read 1 page." Instead of running 10 kilometers, they put on their shoes. The smallest action becomes a doorway that the brain is willing to walk through. Then something unexpected happens. Once you've started, your brain begins protecting consistency instead of comfort. Suddenly, stopping feels stranger than continuing. Momentum takes over where motivation disappeared. That's why the hardest part of almost any task isn't finishing it. It's convincing your brain to begin. So maybe it's time to stop calling yourself lazy. Labels become identities, and identities become prisons. Every time you repeat, "I'm just a lazy person," your brain quietly searches for evidence to prove you right. Change the story and you begin changing the decisions that follow. You're not fighting yourself. You're rewriting the instructions your brain has been following for years. The next time you catch yourself saying, "I'll do it later," pause for just 1 second. Ask yourself a different question. Is this really laziness? Or is my brain choosing comfort over uncertainty again? That single question can interrupt a habit that's been running on autopilot for years, and once you see the trick, it starts losing its power. Because the moment you stop believing you're lazy is the moment you finally become free to act. If this changed the way you see yourself, stay curious, because understanding your mind might be the most powerful skill you'll ever build.